Hey, what is going on, guys? My name is ThePromG and welcome back to a brand new video. Now, what I'm going to guys today is my manga haul for the month of February. And I'm not going to lie, guys, this is by far one of the biggest months that I've had manga buying wise. I just have so many really cool series to go over with you guys today in this video. Also, a lot of really expensive stuff that left my wallet hurting a bit. I have so much amazing manga to show off in this video, so if you guys are excited to see it all. And without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get right into it. So if you guys do enjoy this manga haul, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So yeah, without any further ado, let's get right into the manga haul. Alright, so first things first, you may notice that this shelf back here is looking a little bit barren in certain spots, particularly right here where my Lone Wolf and Cub volumes used to be. Now have no fear because I'm not selling Lone Wolf and Cub, but I did sell some volumes to replace them with some first print volumes. As you can see, we have volumes 7 through 14 with the first print spines. To give you guys a little bit of a comparison, you can see volume 7 with the first print spine and volume 28 with the second print, I believe, or just the really ugly Dark Horse logo. These ones are so much more cleaner, the white chest pieces, so I'm going for a full set with just these spines. Now these volumes were actually sent to me by my good friend and fellow manga tuber, Otakumoto. He found these at one of his used stores for $5 a pop, so he sent me these, knowing that they're all in great condition with the first print spines, knowing that I was looking for them. So huge shout out to Otakumoto. I'll leave his channel link in the description below. And since I know it's bothering some of you guys, and it's definitely going to bother me when I'm editing, I'm going to throw these onto the shelf to fill some of that space. And yeah, definitely glad to have more of these spines with the first prints. Next up, I'm going to be going over some volumes I picked up in one of my manga unboxings that I did pretty recently, I believe at the beginning of February. So the first thing I picked up in that video, if you didn't see it, is the Monogatari Season 1 box set. I believe that this box set was pretty out of print, or is like limited to 1,000, so this was going for insane money on eBay, but recently got a reprint and I had to go and pick it up because I've heard absolutely nothing but amazing things about the series. I'll go ahead and show off the different sides of this. Hopefully you can see it and there's not too much of a glare. But obviously a very nice looking box set, and I'm super happy to have these light novels in my collection. The next thing that I unboxed in that video is Taiya Matsumoto's Gogo Monster. Now, speaking of really good looking books, here obviously you can see this book absolutely looks stunning. I mean, there you can see the red pattern pages all around. I don't have the slipcover, but I may be getting it very soon. But yeah, overall this book just looks absolutely sick. And as for the quality of the actual manga, it's definitely a very enjoyable read. One of Taiya Matsumoto's more experimental manga, and I'll talk more about it in my manga reading log if you haven't seen that video already. But yeah, I would highly recommend this to Taiya Matsumoto fans if you're looking for something very thought-provoking and with some really interesting themes they don't see a whole lot of in manga. And then I believe the last thing that you guys saw me unbox in that particular video is, of course, volumes 1 through 12 of Suzuka. I'll go through these volumes one by one and show off the covers while I talk about them a little bit. But yeah, I started this series this month reading volume 1. I meant to read more of this, but I got sidetracked with it this month. But that doesn't take away from the fact that I now have almost this entire series complete, only missing the last omnibus, which is actually very rare to find. If you guys couldn't tell by these stunning covers, there are a lot of girls in this series, and this is of course a harem series about a guy who moves to a different high school in Tokyo, moves in with his aunt who lives in an all-female bathhouse apartment of sorts. So of course he meets a lot of girls and kind of has these romance elements with some of them, and he meets this one girl on the track team who I believe does like pole vaulting or something like that. So obviously there's some romantic intrigue there. And yeah, here's volume 12, which is the last volume that I have. Again, only missing the last omnibus, 13, 14, and 15. Next up, we have a series that I'm sure a lot of you guys are going to be very glad that I picked up and started reading. And that is, of course, Jiro Taniguchi's Summon of the Gods Complete, volumes 1 through 5. These are actually very heavy and high-quality books, and even though this series is only 5 volumes in length, this is actually a pretty slow burn. I've worked my way through this. I got through volume 2. Of course, it's about mountain climbing. It kind of goes through this history of these mountain climbers and their absolutely incredible climbing feats, as well as this one guy who's trying to figure out some history behind this camera, as well as one of these really famous climbers who has seemingly just disappeared off the face of the earth. The first volume was admittedly a little bit slow and actually took a brief break from reading the series. I've got halfway through and just couldn't read anymore, so I had to put it down for a bit. I got back into it, finished it, read the second volume, and ended up really enjoying what I've read of this so far. So yeah, again, really happy to have these. I believe I actually got these off of Reddit like 1 minute before the Manga Sloth tried to scoop these up. So I'm sorry, Sloth, but you know, don't worry, these are in good hands and I'm really enjoying Summon of the Gods so far. Now, if you guys remember back to last month, the main series I ended up picking up last month was 1 through 9 of Sanctuary Complete. That of course is a series by Ryuichi Ikegami. So I ended up picking up another series by him, almost complete, that is volumes 1, 2, 4, and 5 of Strain. And I think that's popular opinion that this series is nowhere near as good as Sanctuary is, but I still wanted to pick it up. I heard it's decently good, so I wanted to give it a try. These first 2 volumes I got off an eBay lot for like 30 bucks, so a pretty decent value for those. and then volumes 4 and 5 are actually pretty hard to find. I ended up getting these from Kira and Tommy, who run a manga channel that's recently emerged. They put some absolutely amazing videos, particularly some of their manga shopping videos. They find some absolutely amazing stuff. And one of the things that they found in one of their videos, I believe their first manga shopping video, was these 2 volumes of volume 4 and 5 of Strain. Now they ended up passing these up in their video. I don't even know if they really knew what this series was, but I messaged them saying, you know, can you go back and pick these up for me? And she ended up going back and picking these up for me and sending them to me. So extremely grateful for that. Again, go check out the channel. I'll leave a link to it in the description below. And yeah, overall, super grateful to have these volumes without having to sell my soul, because Lord knows I might have had to. But yeah, of course, just missing the 3rd volume, and I'll have this 5-volume series complete. Cannot wait to get started on this next month. Alright, so real quick, we're going to go through some manga that I bought with the intention to sell, so we won't dwell too much on these. But the first thing I picked up is the Bleach Collector's Edition Volume 1. Now you may be saying to yourself, PromG, don't you already have this Collector's Edition? And that is true, I do, but I got this for an absolute steal on Reddit, and my friend Otakamoto, who I mentioned earlier, who sold me the Low Wolf and Cub, he's been looking for this for a good price, so of course I'm just going to send this to him. Hopefully he enjoys it. And the next 2 volumes that I bought with the intention to sell is the omnibuses 5 and 6 and 7 and 8 of Lucifer and the Biscuit Hammer. Now if you guys don't know, there's this particular seller on eBay who sometimes sells like these 7 Seas and Yen Press series, some of which are really rare. He sells them for a really good price, always with some like remainder marks and stuff like that. He's the guy who I bought those Kanekon volumes from a few months ago. And yeah, he's selling these series. These are way more rare than Kanekon and way more desirable as well. I think that he sold me these for like $30 for the both of these. So again, really good deal. Hopefully I'll be able to make a little bit of profit off of this one in particular. I don't think this one is too desirable, but hopefully I'll be able to find someone who's looking for this. Obviously I won't like completely rip them off, but hopefully I'll be able to make a decent amount of profit off these 2 books. And then we have this volume right here, which you saw in my most recent manga unboxing. That is the Samurai Champloo film manga volume 1. Now admittedly, I don't know too much about this. It looks just to be like pictures or screenshots from the anime with some text over them. I'm not, again, 100% sure what this is, but anything Samurai Champloo and manga related usually has some value to it, so I decided to just pick this up. Got it for like 10 bucks off of Reddit. Might as well scoop it up, and then maybe one day someone will buy this for a good amount. And then next up we have volume 14 of Black God. This is actually a manhwa that's pretty desirable, at least some of these volumes are, including volume 14. Now, my man Nebi, I don't know if you guys know him from Instagram and Twitter, but he was at a used store and there were like so many rare finds. He had some Blade the Immortal singles. There were like 4 copies of this particular book. So I helped him through. He sent me pictures. I told him what was rare, what he should pick up, and he ended up just sending me one of these volumes for retail price. And I believe that when I sold this particular volume, I got like 75 bucks for it. So again, super grateful that Nebi sent me this. Thank you, man, if you're watching this for the hookup. But yeah, this one might be a little bit of a slower sell, but Lord knows, once it sells, I will definitely get my money's worth. Now, the day that I'm recording this actually went on a used store run because I'm back from college, so I have this weekend to go around and shop at my used stores, and actually did get a good amount of things from 2 stores. So first off, I'll start off with this Yumeniko Omnibus. This is Alliance of the Golden Witch Volume 3, and I bought some Yumeniko Omnibuses from this store in the past, the rare ones, but I believe at the time this one wasn't too desirable. But since that trip a few months ago, I guess that this one is a little bit more desirable and out of print, so I decided to pick it up. It was like 11 bucks, so I figured, what the hell, I'll probably make a decent profit on this. The next thing that I got from the store was this Knights of Sidonia Volume 10. Again, this wasn't too desirable when I went last time, but I guess that some more of the singles are getting out of print, or I guess more expensive and desirable. So I decided to pick this up. It was 6 bucks. Again, I figured, what the hell, I'll probably make about 20 bucks off this. But that's all the stuff that I got to sell. Next, we're gonna go into the things that I bought from this used store run that I actually plan on keeping for myself, believe it or not. But the 2 volumes I picked up are Battle Angel Alita Last Order Volume 5 and Volume 1 of Fooly Cooly Light Novel. Now for Last Order Volume 5, this one isn't rare at all. Picked this up for 5 bucks just because it's a much cleaner copy than the one I currently have. The one I currently have has like a bunch of grime and like brown spots on the pages. And then as for Fooly Cooly Volume 1 of the light novel, I think this is actually pretty rare, but I do want to get into this series. I've heard some mixed things about the anime and the light novel. I think the anime is particularly thought of as higher quality, but I want to give this a try, and if I don't like it, then I can just fall back on the fact that this is a pretty desirable series, and I believe a pretty rare volume. Also, it was $5 there, so really couldn't see myself passing this one up. And then we have 2 anime pickups, the first one being the Silent Voice Blu-ray, and then Hellsing Ultimate. This is the limited edition Steelbook, series 2 out of, I think, 5. So of course you guys all know Silent Voice, one of the best anime movies ever produced, in my opinion, one of my favorite films of all time. Don't know why I didn't have this on Blu-ray before this, but I finally managed to pick this up for a pretty good price. Wish I had the slipcover, but you know, can't be too picky. And then as for Hellsing Ultimate, I'm debating picking up the series in these limited edition steelbooks. I don't know how rare they are. This one is decently hard to find. Yeah, I'm still kind of on the fence about picking this series up, especially in these really nice steelbooks. The next thing that I picked up this month is volumes 1 through 3 of Mobile Suit Gundam: The Last Outpost that's complete. This is a really short Gundam series that I actually owned the first 2 volumes at one point. The third volume is somewhat hard to find, so I found these for a really good deal on eBay, I believe, very late in January. So yeah, I can't quite read these yet, but I'm going to continue watching the Gundam anime, and then when I get to the point where I can actually read these and understand it, I'll read this series. I'm definitely looking forward to it. So the next thing that I picked up this month, I don't know if this is technically a manga or if it's a comic, but that is of course Takashi Murakami's Stargazing Dog. I picked this up because somebody on Instagram, I forget who, recommended this, and yeah, I read this knowing that it was going to be really sad, being about a dog, you know, who's just smiling there on the cover. I did not think it was going to be this sad. It was a pretty short read, but I was probably crying for like 3/4 of this manga. I had to take a couple breaks just because it was getting too sad for me. But nevertheless, I would highly recommend you check out Stargazing Dog, of course, if you're prepared for one of the most sad manga that you've ever read. And the next thing that I have to show off for this video is another series that kind of borders the line between comics and manga, but that is volumes 1 through 10 of 2001 Nights. I'll go ahead and show off these covers because, again, there's some absolutely amazing, colorful, and just beautiful covers in this series. But yeah, 2001 Nights is a sci-fi series that has been on my radar for some time now. And recently, my fellow friend and YouTuber, Flip Otaku, I'm sure lots of you guys are familiar with him, he was selling his set for about like $120. Now, I don't want to pay his asking price, so I decided to go on eBay and piece the series together piece by piece because I was sure that I could get it for a better price than the one that he was offering. No offense, Flip, but you know, I wasn't trying to get scammed. So long story short, I ended up completing this series, all 10 volumes, or I guess comics of this series complete. There is a hardcover variant of this, I believe, that contains all 10 of these into one hardcover. It's pretty hard to find though, so I decided to just go with these comics, and again, I absolutely love how these look. But yeah, as you guys know, I'm really into the sci-fi genre of manga, and of course, this is a sci-fi series that has lots of praise from people that I know and I've seen online, so really looking forward to getting into 2001 Nights. Alright, so last but definitely not least, the last series that I have to show off in this video is one of the holy grails of manga collecting, at least in my opinion. I'm sure you guys saw it in the thumbnail and been waiting for this part of the video. And of course, the series I'm talking about is none other than GTO. And I'm not going to bother going through all these different covers because I have the first 22 volumes out of 25, so I'll just show off the spines in segments that I can actually hold. So as you can see, here's volumes 1 through 6. Then here we have volumes 8 through 16. And then we have the rest of what I picked up this month. That is volumes 17 through 22. And I actually got this from a viewer who actually watched my videos, who sold me these for an amazing deal on Reddit. I can't remember his Reddit username off the top of my head, but I'll put up a picture of it on the screen right now. So of course, huge shout out to you. I just absolutely love getting to connect with viewers who watch the video, even more so when they hook me up with amazing deals for manga. But yeah, of course, I'm super stoked to finally have one of the holy grails of manga almost completed. Now I'm missing volumes 23 through 25, and I actually have the volumes 23 and 24 coming in from a certain mammal manga tuber you guys might be familiar with. But after I get those 2 volumes, I'll just be missing volume 25, which I should have a little bit of trouble getting my hands on. But when I do, I'll have one of the most highly coveted and highly recommended manga series of all time in my collection. Anyways guys, that's all the manga that I picked up over the month of February. Again, so much stuff this month. I definitely have to slow down on the spending a little bit. In fact, if you guys follow me on Twitter, then I put out a tweet saying that if I buy a single volume of manga in the month of March, then I will be taking a razor to my head and shaving off all my hair. Personally, I don't think I look very good bald, so I'm gonna try my absolute best not to spend anything on manga this month. And yeah, if I end up failing it, then you'll have to see my bald chrome dome in a few videos until my hair grows back. So make sure to leave in the comments, do you think that I can go a whole month this next month of March without spending any money on manga, without picking up a single volume? Definitely leave your takes in the comments below. Anyways guys, that's going to do it for this video. If you guys did enjoy it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more manga videos just like this. So yeah, this has been ThePromG. Hopefully you enjoyed the video, and as always, hope to catch you in the next one.